Coming, ready or not.
This season on Jay Leno's Garage,
Starring Jay Leno, like you missed a big shot.
we go faster,
You can feel it in your guts.
further,
Up mountains, through rivers, anywhere you want.
and higher than ever before.
We're 6,000 feet, top of the world now.
More danger, more speed,
Fastest I've ever driven in this car is 65. Get out.
and even more stupidity.
Not a good makeout car.
What's going on here?
There's no brakes on this stupid thing.
With the most extraordinary cars
That's so cool. All right, now this is a garage.
and extraordinary people.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
You get on my lap and we'll go for it.
Plus a few surprises.
I've never seen this.
Totally top secret. We're not even here.
So iron the denim,
Love your outfit. Very sexy.
throw away your comb,
Heck with show business. This is more fun.
save the dishes for another night,
This is the perfect family car.
and join us for a fresh batch of Jay Leno's Garage.
Feels like the real thing. That's the miracle of television. Yeah. All aboard!
Tonight on Jay Leno's Garage. We put safety on the sidelines
What am I doing here?
as we go in harm's way.
That's what I'm putting myself in.
I get really comfortable doing a dangerous trick with action sports ace Travis Pastrana.
I was 14 years old, shattered my pelvis, broke my back.
How does your mom let you get back on a motorcycle?
I battle ablaze with the fearless firefighters of the Hollywood Burbank Airport.
I don't know what kind of fuel they burned in this plane, but you can't kill it.
And I risk my life and eardrums
He's going off the road. Slow down.
riding with comic and first-time driver Gilbert Gottfried.
I actually thought we'd be in flames by now.
So put on your helmet and strap in.
Help!
We're going in harm's way. Is that a fruit stand? Over the years, I met a lot of courageous people who put themselves in harm's way for a living.
You're a pretty easy target in this thing.
Our men and women of the armed forces, police officers, firefighters.
It's like driving a two-story building.
These people face danger while doing their jobs.
So I got to try that on the freeway on the way home.
You didn't get it from me.
Then there are the thrill seekers. People who like to put themselves in harm's way because they just love taking risks, like the men and women of the Nitro Circus. This high-flying action sports collective tours the world performing stunts nobody's ever done before. Oh, and it's not just with motorcycles. It's what makes these adrenaline junkies tick. Well, today, I'm gonna try and find out.
I'm here with action sports athlete and ringleader of the world-famous Nitro Circus, Travis Pastrana. Travis, how you been, my friend?
Doing really well. Good to see you again.
I know we go way back. You did the Tonight Show with me when you were like 15 or 16, something like that.
just turned pro. So
That's right, yeah. You brought your mom. That's how long ago it was.
Yes.
At that time, you'd just broken your back a year or two previously, and you were back in the circuit again. How does your mom let you get back on a motorcycle after you break your back? How does that work?
You know, I thank my parents every day for allowing me to be able to chase my dreams. And
Right.
I think the hardest time, I was 14 years old, shattered my pelvis, broke my back, and my mom was like, "Are you sure this is what you want to do for a living?" And even in all that pain, I was like, I can't wait to get back on the motorcycle.
Travis Pastrana is the definition of fearless. Or maybe he's just plain crazy, because he's been putting himself in harm's way almost his entire life. Travis has competed professionally in several hazardous sports, including motocross, rally racing, and NASCAR. And then there's his long list of death-defying stunts, like when he jumped out of a plane without a parachute. As a result of his daredevil ways, Travis has had a long list of injuries, including breaking both ankles, both legs, and disconnecting his spine from his pelvis.
Look how bent the boot is. The bottom bones are going that way and the top bones are going that way.
I got a noogie once, and that really hurt. He's had 32 operations to put him back together again, and he still can't get enough.
So out here at Nitro Circus, we have a snowmobile ramp, we got motorcycle ramps, bicycle ramps, mountain bike ramps.
Why didn't have a snowmobile? There's no snow. We're in San Diego. Why would you have a snowmobile ramp?
Because every night on this show, someone does something that's never been done before.
Really?
Or at least tries it. We're not
Right,
guaranteeing
at least
it'll
tries
make,
it. Now, this seems like the definition of in harm's way. How often do guys go down? I mean, is it pretty scary?
My job is actually safety, believe it or not, on Nitro Circus. My job is to make the ramps bigger and steeper, which doesn't sound safer, but it allows the riders more time in the air to do their tricks. Everyone kind of wants to know what the technology is behind the ramps. They're always like, well, who builds your ramps? I'm like, we do. And we basically figure out how to make stuff that's normally impossible, possible. So, okay, snowmobiles, for instance.
This looks like the snowmobile track. Is that what it is?
So this gets the snowmobile traction for the track. You can run basically the skids up the side. What's really interesting is the top.
Right.
Now everyone's like, oh, it's a cheater ramp or this and that. All it is a 2-foot piece that's a little bit bigger where the track goes. So basically the sides fall off first. It gives them just enough kick that when the rider goes in the air, tucks, hits the brake, he can flip a 450-pound snowmobile frontwards.
How many degrees is this?
Well, we'll be changing the degrees all the way through. So this one is 50 degrees,
right?
But we'll go all the way up to where that one's 65, and we have the ramp over there for the BMX triple backflip, which is one of the biggest stunts at the end.
Right.
He'll be going 45 feet off the ground on a bicycle with no suspension. Basically a kid's bike. And hopefully landing.
And hopefully, well, not hopefully.
Well, he'll land.
You'll land.
Hopefully he lands on the
All
wheels.
right, okay. How do you decide 48 degrees versus 52 degrees? I mean, is there math? Do you sit with someone and they sort of use a computer?
Your mind is an amazing computer, and you can figure it out kind of as you're going. You can see a ramp, and as you're coming up to it, just because years and years of experience, you kind of know what's going to happen.
See, my mind is not a computer. Mine is more like an Etch-a-Sketch. Your mom, obviously, she's gotten used to it by now, right?
I don't think it gets any easier for her.
Really?
She trusts me a little bit more, but she still loves coming. She now, like, as a parent now, I have 2 daughters. My wife, Lindsay, skates in the show, so I feel like I'm the more scared one of the family.
Sure. Now, here's the question. When your daughters come to you, go, Daddy, we want to jump.
Oh, man, there's so many things in the future that I'm really scared of, but if they had half the passion as Lindsay, their mom, does for skating, or I do for dirt bikes, or any of the guys do for whatever their sport is, I don't care if it's piano or math or motorcycles.
Okay.
I think it's all right.
Piano, math, motorcycles. Which one of these doesn't go with the other two? I really am that worried if my kid was into piano or math, really. Oh my gosh, he's doing math, he's gonna get killed. To me, this is kind of like being a boxer. On your best day, you still get punched in the face, you know? And it's the same thing here. You run the risk of any typical show, you know, it could be over.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you wake up with that passion. The world just drops out. You can go as high as you want, as far as you want, and when you reach the limit, you find a way to build the ramp bigger and go even higher.
All right, okay. So what are we gonna do today that you haven't done before?
Well, I mean, have you ever done a stunt on Nitro Circus?
No, I haven't, and I was gonna keep it that way. You want me to do a stunt?
Well, I was thinking you can ride my bike out. Maybe we'll meet you at the top, sit in a lazy boy, and you can read a paper or something while we jump over you.
All right, I'm out of here.
So is that a yes? Maybe.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. You know, Travis has arranged a small group to come and watch our rehearsal for tonight's show, where I put myself in harm's way.
Thank you all for coming out. Jay, you ready for this?
What am I doing here? This is crazy. My wife is gonna kill me.
I know you said your wife's gonna kill you, but that should be the least of your worries right now.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
Looks like Travis has a friend with him. Travis! Who's your friend?
Oh, wait a minute!
Jay Leno!
Mike, we get a big round of applause for Jay Leno. He's gonna join us.
I had Travis on my show. Now I'm on his show. This is very exciting. Travis has something planned for me. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Well, actually, there's a chair over on that landing.
Is that for me?
It's for you.
Am I supposed to sit in that chair?
I mean, if you want to. We got a magazine and everything for you.
All right, let's see what happens. All right. Travis, I'll see you in a little bit.
Here's the plan. There are 2 ramps. I'm going to sit on the landing ramp and drink a soda while a bunch of guys on motorcycles race up and jump the ramp and flip over me. If everything goes right, I won't knock over my soda.
Time for a beverage.
Coming up, the most dangerous stunt ever performed and a lazy boy recliner. I'm at the Nitro Circus in San Diego, where I've agreed to let Travis Pastrana jump over me on a motorcycle. He didn't even give me a helmet. I guess the logic is why put a $500 helmet on a 10-cent hit. But I did get a soda.
Good job, guys.
What do you think?
That was great. That was pretty impressive.
You got to sit here the rest of the show?
This is the best seat in the house. You want one more?
Yeah.
At least till I finish my soda.
Yeah, let's do another. Let's see.
You know, the great thing about this job, I get to drive a lot of cool vehicles, but quite frankly, some of them are pretty dangerous. Like the jet bike can be pretty scary. You're sitting on a jet engine. That's idling! The tank car, that's a huge motor in a homemade vehicle. Driving motorcycles at 140 miles an hour down there in Texas.
Remember, you're never too old to fall down.
So when I get in a regular car, I like to feel safe. Like this. This is your basic SUV. It's got all the safety features, big steel door guard in the side here. You got seat belts, you got rollover protection. You can just sort of drop your guard for a little bit and enjoy the ride. But it's always important to keep your blood sugar balanced. That's why I try to keep a box of donuts handy. I got a box right here. Oh, whoa. Whoa, what's that? No, no, oh, whoa, whoa! Hey!
Whew, that was close. I could just stretch a little further.
Is that a fruit stand? The donut's okay. The donut's okay. Got it?
All right. If you think I'd risk my life for a donut, you're right, especially a glazed one. After it's like a day old, you know, the sugar gets a little hard, so it's kind of crunchy. Well, that's the best. But the truth is, what you saw was just an elaborate stunt. I'm going to introduce you to the team of people that put themselves in harm's way, starting with the amazing stunt woman behind the wheel.
This is my stunt double, Debbie Evans. Deb, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you,
See
Jay?
I thought you were holding a Pomeranian. That's my hair, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it is. It's
And
your
I
wig.
love your outfit. That's a very sexy, attractive outfit.
One of the best I've worn.
Now, you've been a stunt woman for how many years?
Coming up on 40.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's probably one of the greatest stunt performers in the history of the business. You've won all the awards. You've got the, what do they call the Academy Award of...
That's the Taurus World Stunt Award.
That's
I've won
right.
7 of them. yes.
Wow, okay,
Yeah.
there you go. And you've done the Fast and the Furious movies. You've done the Matrix movies.
Yes.
So when you started, women stunt people were pretty rare. Was there a lot of sexism? Because in those days, they would put a small guy in a blonde wig to
Right.
double for whoever it might be.
I was very fortunate. I came in right when the affirmative action thing was happening. I started in 1977. And so I came in and I had motorcycling was my background. And when I got in a car, I just totally understand things like traction, momentum, suspension, RPMs, weighting, unweighting, reading terrain.
Right.
All that stuff just transferred over into the cars. And I won the car race in the CBS stunt competition after 1 year in the business, which kind of put me on the map.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was really cool against 9 of the top guys in Hollywood.
Wow. Safety is obviously a big issue with these
Right.
things because just setting up for this stunt today took a lot of work and a lot of planning out, isn't it?
Yes, it always takes a lot of work and planning. What we do is we start with the car and we start building the cage and we put the seat in and the 5 points and all that. So when you see a car turnover on set, the person inside is as safe as they can possibly be. Just
Right.
like, you know, racing, they try to make it as safe as possible.
But it's still dangerous.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Obviously, this is a double car. The real one kind of just got rolled over there. This is the one I dropped the donut in. Dropping the donut was not a stunt. That was actually me dropping the donut. Now, have you ever had to say to a director, I'm sorry, this is too dangerous?
I don't like to say that. What I like to say is, hey, can we do this instead? You know, we can usually make it happen.
Yeah.
And make the director happy without saying, oh, no, that just can't be done.
Obviously, this doesn't happen in a vacuum. As talented you are, you can't do it yourself. So you have a team. Is it people you always work with, stunt coordinators, things like that?
There's a lot of coordinators that I work with on an ongoing basis, and one of them is our stunt coordinator, Jack Gill. He's awesome.
Let's bring him in. Jack, come on in. Good to see you. You guys have been working together a long time, huh?
We have. We've seen a lot of long miles together for
Yeah, that's
40
for
years.
sure.
Jack Gill has been on the front lines of Hollywood stunt production since the mid-'70s. From the TV show Knight Rider to the Fast and Furious movies, Jack's got his fingerprints on many of the most memorable action scenes in film.
So tell us how you set up this particular stunt. Is this sort of a basic run-of-the-mill, typical stunt, and you've done this a million times, you know how to do it, or is there the same amount of effort going to each one?
Well, each one has its own little, different things that happen. With each one, you always do something a little different. This is something we've done before,
Right.
but you're always at a different location. The ground's always different. The cars are always different. There's always something that makes it that you really need to make sure that you dot all your I's, cross all your T's, make sure that everything's done, because in this business, you can't take anything for granted. Everything's
Right.
dangerous.
So here's how we did it. First off, we started early in the morning with construction of 2 ramps and a walkthrough with both Debbie and Jack.
And this is what you think I look like? Is that
That's
correct?
exact representation.
Now watch as an actor prepares.
Dropping the donut.
Now let me try it again.
Next, a few rehearsal runs.
I feel good. Let's go.
Here we go.
Finally, the first jump. We built our fruit stand twice,
We lost the fruit stand.
and then the final run.
Okay, let's go back to 1 and do it.
Okay, they're gonna do it. This one's live.
This one's live.
All right, I'm buckled in and ready to go.
All right, everybody ready? We're rolling. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action, action, action. Have a good ride.
Well, I always wondered how they do this stuff, so this is kind of cool. Let's watch.
32 miles an hour.
Fantastic. That looked great.
Okay, let's see that one more time.
I'm good. Just upside down.
I wish we could get this door open.
I can't imagine what's wrong with the door. It was fine a minute ago. You want us to pull on it?
Yeah, if you can pull on it.
Hang on, we got a crowbar.
There it is.
There you go.
Ta-da! Okay. All right. All right.
Hey!
That's how we do it. Right, Jack?
Really cool. Now you want me crawling out of there?
Yeah.
Ready, and here we go.
Action, Jay.
The donut's okay. The donut's okay. Well, thanks for bringing all your talent and your expertise to this. You see, these guys are the real stars. They're the ones that get it done. I just eat donuts.
Thanks, Jay.
Coming up, I have an awkward moment with Gilbert Gottfried.
This is a real sexual experience.
Now it's time for another installment of Jay Leno's Driving School.
I love to drive. It's one of my great passions. And when I meet people who don't drive, I don't really understand why. Well, my good friend Gilbert Gottfried, very funny comedian, has never driven a car. And today, I want to teach him the joy of driving. Gilbert, welcome.
Hi, Jay.
Good to see you. Now, I know you're anxious to get started. We've got all kinds of cars here. Lamborghini, we got Audi, Porsche, Nissan, Ferrari. Which one do you like?
I like this red one. It's very shiny.
You like the red?
Yeah, and
All
shiny.
Right. And shiny. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's important to you, shiny.
Yes, yeah.
I can tell just by looking at your forehead.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Gilbert Gottfried is, like me, you've probably blocked him intentionally out of your memory.
You can expect me to be loud and annoying and have people going, why do we have to sit through him?
Gilbert's been a fixture on TV, movies, and stand-up comedy for almost 4 decades. The nice thing about Gilbert, he's not irritating. No, not at all.
Jay Leno as Godzilla.
Yeah, great impression. Yes, spot on.
Now, you've never driven a car.
No, never.
Now, you grew up in New York City.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, you don't really need a car. Did your dad ever want to teach you how to drive?
I think he had too much brains
Okay.
to try to teach me.
Do you remember what kind of car your dad had?
I remember it was one of those kind of cars that cars used to be a lot squarer shape.
Yeah. Well, that should be easy to track down. Thanks for the description. I'm sure the police will be able to track the car in a matter of hours. Okay. Do you know anything about Ferrari? Are you familiar with it?
No.
No, okay.
I don't know a thing about cars.
Oh, okay. Well, look, this is like that immersion therapy. We could put you in a Kia or something like that, but let's start at the top, because if you can drive a Ferrari, well, then you can drive anything, you see?
Today, I'm taking Gilbert out on the Exotics Racing Racetrack at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. We'll be driving this magnificent Ferrari 458 Italia, which can go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds flat. Of course, I'm praying Gilbert doesn't get anywhere near that.
All right, this is very exciting, Gilbert. You know how many guys would give anything to do what you're doing?
Yeah, I'm sure just,
All right, look, let's turn the key.
yeah, okay.
Okay, let's turn the key.
Oh, geez, okay. Oh, yes, that's the key.
Okay, key is on. Okay, now you got one foot on the brake, correct?
Yeah.
Hit engine start right there.
Oh, geez.
Hit it.
Nothing happened.
Well, hang on a minute. There you go. Can you feel the power?
See, this is the kind of male hormones that I wasn't born with.
Yeah, okay, well, we'll try and find you some hormones. Okay. Okay, take your foot off the brake.
Yeah.
Gently touch the gas.
Okay.
Okay, look at that, you're moving.
Yes.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
step on the brake. No, take your foot off the gas when you, no, take the other.
Oh, yes, that would make sense.
I'll tell you what, keep this leg way over there. Put that leg way over there.
But how do I get it to the brake in time?
Okay, don't, use the other foot for the brake. Take your foot off the gas.
Oh, I see, I see.
See, this is why this episode is called In Harm's Way. That's what I'm putting myself in. Okay, here we go. Okay. You got it?
I think so.
Okay, go ahead. Continue around the track. Okay. Now you're coming up to a corner. Let's see you slow down a little bit for the corner.
Okay.
Step on the brake. You're doing very good, Gilbert.
Yeah?
You're holding your hands in the right position.
Yes.
Kind of 10 minutes.
I know that I have to put both my hands on the steering wheel.
Okay, now we're coming up to a corner. Slow down for the corner and go follow it around. Go. Now you're going off the road. Step. Yeah, okay, here you go.
Okay.
Bring it around there. Okay. You're doing actually very good, Gilbert. I actually thought we'd be in flames by now. So okay, now watch the road. You see the corner?
Okay.
Okay, slow down for the corner. No, you went off the road.
Okay.
Okay. That's all right. Go ahead. Go forward. You did okay. Bring it around. Bring it around there.
It's okay if I throw up in this car.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Okay, you're doing all right. Slow down, slow down. Slow down. There you go. Get a little excited there, Gilbert. All right.
Yeah.
But you can feel the power, right?
Yes, that's what scares me.
No, over here.
Oh, jeez.
Stay on the road. Stay on the road.
I'm off the road. Okay, now I'm back.
Yeah, you've only got about 75 feet. You have to stay within here, so it shouldn't be too difficult. We're going almost 18 miles an hour. This is unbelievable.
When this is shown, can you just speed up the film a little?
Yeah.
Boy, I feel like Steve McQueen.
Yeah, and you know, you look just like Steve McQueen, too.
You know, Gilbert's not a bad driver as long as you're going 10 miles an hour on a racetrack the size of a football field with no other cars. Now it's time to see how he does with every new driver's greatest nightmare, parallel parking.
First thing we're going to do is pull up to those two cones.
Okay.
Over here. Okay, slow down. Take your foot off the gas. All right. Do a U-turn. Pull up to it again. Yeah, go down there.
Okay.
Good. No, go that way. Go that way. What we want to do now is pull up next to those cones again. Let's try it. Get close to the cones parallel. Okay. You want to go past it and get a little step on the brake. Okay. Now we're going to go into reverse.
Oh.
Wait, foot on the brake.
Oh, foot on the brake.
Okay.
Oh, this way? Oh.
Hold it. All right. Help! I think we're gonna valet. I think that's the way to go.
Now it's time for me to show Gilbert what he's supposed to do with a Ferrari.
Especially when he gets the tires, put a little heat in the tires. You want to get them warm.
This is a real sexual experience.
This is the longest sexual experience you've ever had.
Well, I can bleep this, but
You have to keep your eyes open, Gilbert.
yeah.
Some people like vehicles that are classics. Some people like vehicles that are luxurious. Some people like vehicles that set new records for speed and endurance. And then there are people like vehicles that are, well, just plain stupid, like this one. You know, any idiot can wrap a supercar around a tree. That happens every day. But to sit on a 400 horsepower Chevy engine and hit a wall, that takes a special kind of talent. This crazy-looking thing is the Horsefly, made by the motorsports masters at Boss Horse Cycles. I call it the world's fastest bar stool because basically it's a bar stool sitting on top of an engine. And not just any engine, a 400 horsepower Chevy. And there are no brakes. So if you're looking to get in harm's way, believe me, this is a great way to do it. So what's a hot rod bar stool good for? I don't know. Nothing, really. It's dangerous, and it's a lot of fun. Coming up, I put on a silver suit, cover myself with butter, and become a baked potato.
All right, go ahead, turn it on. If you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, it's because I'm at the Hollywood Burbank Airport. I'm about to meet Chief Bianca. He's the fire chief here at the airport, and, well, you know you're in harm's way
when they make you wear an outfit like this just to walk on the tarmac. How are you, sir?
Good, Jay. How you doing?
Well, this is a lot of fun. You know, I'm a big firefighting fan. I've got a 1942 American LaFrance and a 1911 fire truck, a Christie. But this is different than any firefighting equipment I've seen. Tell us about some of the special equipment we have on this thing.
This is a 2015 Rosenbauer Panther. It's specialized for aircraft fire and rescue.
Okay. Fire engines designed to handle aircraft firefighting are known as airport crash tenders. They come in all shapes and sizes, but they're all constructed specifically to deal with the heightened hazards of fighting fire in and around aircraft.
There's a lot of potential in aircraft fires for radiant heat from aircraft fuels that are burning. So this thing is enclosed and it has a panoramic window, so it protects the occupant.
But is that like a water cannon? Is that what that is on the front?
Yeah, there's a bumper turret. They're called turrets. It's a nozzle, and there's one on the roof as well.
So you fight with water?
Yes, sir.
Because I thought if you put gasoline in water, you can light it on fire because the gasoline will stay on top of the water. I thought maybe you'd use some sort of powdered material or something like that.
This unit has the capability of pumping just water. It also has the capability of pumping foam. If it's involved in the aircraft, we're going to use the foam application.
Now, why green? Now, most firefighting equipment tends to be, well, I always think red. Is there a reason for that? Is it Burbank colors, or what is it?
Green is easily seen from above during low light and low visibility.
It's actually easier to see green than it is to see red when you're coming in?
It is.
I guess that's true, because when I run a red light, I don't see it, you know, but the green light, I think I see. So I'll explain it to the cops when I get stopped.
I think it only pertains to the airfield.
Yeah, okay. So am I going to get a chance to drive this thing?
Sure. In fact, Jimmy will be your instructor.
Oh, is that Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy, come on in.
How you doing, sir?
Now, see, Jimmy's already got the cool sunglasses, ladies and gentlemen, so very cool. Let's go for a ride.
Okay, sounds good.
Speedometer only goes to 85. Come on.
You see that silver, it says run, start. You go ahead and hit run. There you go. And then we're ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it. Are we loaded now with water?
We're fully loaded with water, 1,500 gallons of water, 200 gallons of foam.
Now, what does this weigh? It's amazing how light it feels.
It's a little over 25 tons.
Wow, so that's 50,000 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Boy, it's amazing how nicely it moves. It carries its weight very well.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Very cool. What is the response time generally from the firehouse to a crash on the runway?
We're allowed up to 3 minutes, the FAA regulations here, but our average response time is about 2:20 when we do our training.
Now, do you run a siren too when you're doing it?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We do run a siren. You can go ahead and hit the siren, Jay.
Let's hit the siren.
To the right.
Right here?
Yeah.
I think we're trying. Now, does each siren mean something different?
No.
It's just a matter of choice what you like?
Yes.
What's your favorite?
I like them all.
You like them all? I think I gotta go with...
That one's cool.
Yeah, I like... Yeah, that one, yeah. The thing I liked about fire trucks was, especially the early ones, everything was redundant. They were so much more reliable than automobiles because when automobiles had one ignition system, fire trucks had two, sometimes three, because they always had to start. Yeah. You know, I have a fire truck that's 107 years old, and it still fires right off because it's a fire truck. It's got to run. Yeah, yeah.
Verdugo, crash 4, alert 3, Cessna 117.
We got an alert 3, so we're going to deploy the turrets. We're going to respond to the crash site.
And what's alert 3? Is that a fire?
That's an actual crash.
That's an actual crash?
Yeah.
Oh, and they have me responding. Well, these people would be thrilled. Don't worry, it's just a training exercise. But we're going to use real fire and real water, too, just like you have at home. What are the odds of a plane with no wings crashing and catching on fire?
Gauge the top. Five. Go ahead and move the joystick a little bit.
There you go. Good job. You're hitting it, hit it.
Takes a lot of water to put this thing out.
Hey Jay, you're gonna have to get out. This won't do it. Put the brake on. You're gonna have to put your coat on and go fight the fire in there.
All right, let's go do it.
You ready, Jay?
Yeah.
Okay. Run it there and then wait for me there.
All right, go ahead, turn it on. I don't know what kind of fuel they're burning in this plane, but you can't kill it.
So if you turn the nozzle on the front, it changes the pattern.
Oh, that's like my shower.
There you go. You gotta go across country.
Give me a little more height.
Put it over your shoulders.
That'll put it out.
Good job.
You know, the rubbing compound, bring that right back. I don't know what happened.
Coming up, I reveal why the good old days are really the deadly old days.
When you're in the vehicle, your legs are right here, your face is right here. So you're literally the first one on the scene.
Buck up, folks. It's time to assess and caress with Donald Osborne.
If you love classic cars, then Donald loves you.
I'm here once again with our appraiser extraordinaire, Donald Osborne, and he's chosen 3 vehicles he feels puts us in harm's way. I feel I'm in harm's way just by being with Donald himself. So, Donald, what do we have?
Today we've got a 1965 VW 21-window bus, a 1967 Munch Mammoth motorcycle, and a 1909 Baker Electric.
Well, let's start with the Volkswagen bus.
The Volkswagen bus is one of the icons of the California car scene when it was new and as a collector vehicle. They were very much the superior of their American counterparts, the Chevrolet Greenbrier and the Ford Econoline van, for build quality.
The one advantage of this, if you had an accident, well, you see, you're sitting right here. When you're in the vehicle, your legs are right here, your face is right here. So you're literally the first one on the scene in case of an accident. And that's what makes this a dangerous vehicle in modern traffic, wouldn't you say?
Your own first responder.
Yeah.
But yes, that's one element. The other is the fact that its performance was barely adequate for the age.
Right.
When these were new and they were road tested, typically the magazines would always publish the 0 to 60 times.
Right.
Actually, one of the car magazines in America didn't publish the 0 to 60 time because they couldn't get it to 60 miles per hour.
Wow.
And another magazine that could got it to 60 miles per hour in 75 seconds.
Wow.
Let's count that down. No, let's not. Let's move on to our second vehicle, the Munch Mammoth.
Oh, I love this thing.
Now, this is a really extraordinary motorcycle. I know that you are a big motorcycle fan, Jay, and I know exactly what it was that made you want to buy this, because not many people could resist the urge to have a full 4-cylinder car engine between their legs.
That's right. Friedel Munch took the 4-cylinder engine from an NSU Prinz car, which was 1,000 cc's, and he put it in the motorcycle. And this was probably the first motorcycle to have automotive applications. You had an automotive generator, alternator. You had an automotive starter. You had twin headlights like a car. You needed 2 keys to start it. It was like some nuclear code. You put one in, somebody else has to agree, and then you put them on. And this, in 1966, was the fastest motorcycle you could buy.
130 miles per hour on a bike like this would not be uncommon.
You're so glad to get off this thing after you ride it. You know, a lot of it is magnesium alloy.
What happens if you sort of lay a magnesium bike down in the street, sort of scrape along the...
Well, then it will catch fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, then it catch fire. And then
explode in a dramatic way.
You've never seen metal catch fire. It's a fascinating process. But other than that, it's a wonderful bike to drive. Let's move on to our last vehicle.
The 1909 Baker Electric. When these were new, electrics like this Baker were touted as safety cars because you were not sitting on top of these explosions that were happening.
Right.
And even women, they were marketed specifically at women because they were clean and safe.
That's why I'm surprised you chose this as one in harm's way.
Well, again, Jay, what we're talking about is what drives the market today in terms of collectability is usability.
Right.
The range of the Baker Electric is actually very good, 110 miles on a charge, which is terrific. That's 110 miles at 20 to 25 miles per hour. Taking this out today in modern traffic, you have to pick your times and your areas to drive it.
Actually, this car has been on the 405 and the 101 freeway. Like when I would go to work in the morning, I get on, it'd be bumper to bumper. I would pull up. Nobody's going over 25 miles an hour. I would go 2 exits and get off.
Jay, you're the only man in Southern California who looks for bad traffic reports before he heads out.
That's right, because I can't go fast, so I need bumper to bumper traffic so people don't run me down.
So, which of these 3 cars has appreciated the most in the last 5 years?
I'll probably go with the Munch Mammoth, just because it's so odd.
You think the most mammoth increase has been with the motorcycle. Alrighty, here's the story.
Yeah?
This and more after a brief message from our sponsors. For more cool cars, go to jlonsgarage.cnbc.com. And we're back with Donald Osborne.
So, which of these 3 cars has appreciated the most in the last 5 years? Values for VW buses have really exploded. 5 years ago, a VW bus like this, a 21 window, could have been had for about $61,000.
Right.
Today, it'd be about $123,000. The Baker, a car like this, could have been had 5 years ago for about $40,000. Today, it would be about $75,000. And the Munch Mammoth. One of these could have been had 5 years ago for about $69,000, and today it would cost you at least $100,000 to buy one.
Oh, okay.
The winner is our Volkswagen bus.
But my heart is still with the Munch Mammoth. Believe me, this one will kill you way sooner than those other 2.
We want to be in harm's way.
That's right.
Tonight, we step directly in harm's way.
Oh, and they have me responding. Well, these people would be thrilled.
Jumping cars.
Fantastic.
Flipping motorcycles.
Yes!
Fighting fires.
El rubbing compound, bring that right back.
With old friends.
I had Travis on my show, now I'm on his show.
And loud friends. Because every once in a while, you need a little thrill.
You reach the limit, you find a way to go even higher.
Just to remind you, there's nothing like a brush with death to make you feel alive.
Is that a fruit stand?
No, that's okay.